Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I am Rashima Gyamla. I will be discuss the continuation of Jasmine Kiram topic in chapter 5 at the University of Santo Tomas in 1877-1882. To the Filipino Youth, 1879. A La Juventud Filipina, or in English, To the Philippine Youth, is the poem written in Spanish by Filipino writer and patriot Jose Rizal, first presented in 1879 in Manila while he was studying at the University of Santo Tomas. In the year 1879, the Liceo Artistico Literario or Artistic Literacy Lyceum or Manila, a society or literacy men and artists, held a literary contest. It offered a prize for the best poem by native or mestizo. A La Juventud Filipina was written by Rizal when he was only 18 years old and was dedicated to the Filipino youth, which he describes as the fair hope of my motherland. The Spanish Board of Judges awarded Rizal the first prize in a poetry contest, a silver pen with a gold ribbon. Rizal poem A La Juventud Filipina urged Filipino youth to break the long-standing poetic chain and inspire them to rise from lethargy. A La Juventud Filipino, classic in Philippine literature for two reasons. First, it is the first great poem in Spanish written by a Filipino, whose merit was recognized by Spanish literary authorities. Second, it gives for the first time a nationalistic concept that the Philippines is the fatherland of the Filipinos. A La Juventud Filipina is an inspiring poem that states that the Filipino youth are capable of great heights. It urges the Filipino youth to reach their potential by harnessing their skills and talents for the betterment of our countrymen. El Consejo de los Dioses or the Council of the Gods, 1880. El Consejo de los Dioses or the Council of the Gods is a play written in Spanish by Filipino writer and national hero Jose Rizal. First published in 1880 in Manila by the Liceo Artistico Literario de Manila in 1880 and later by La Solidaridad in 1883. In 1880, the Artistic Literary Lyceum held a literary contest to commemorate Cervantes' death, inviting Filipino and Spaniards writers. Rizal, inspired by his previous success, submitted an allegory in prose, El Consejo de los Dioses. The judges of a literary contest awarded Rizal the prize due to his literary superiority. Despite opposition from the Spanish community, Rizal won the gold ring with Cervantes' bust. Spanish writer D. N. Del Puzo won the second prize, marking the first time an Indio, a 19-year-old Filipino medical student, excelled in a national literary contest. Rizal winning allegory based on classics was a literary masterwork with assistance from Father Rector of Ateneo. It parallels Homer, Virgil, and Cervantes with gods deciding on their merits. The allegory ends with mythological characters dancing and gathering the items. Other Rizalian literary works. Aside from the two prize-winning works mentioned above, Rizal, although studying medicine, he produced other poems and a drama. So the drama was Junto al Pasig or Beside the Pasig. The play's theme revolves on Christianity, innocence against evil, and paganism. Interestingly, in an analysis by Rafael Palma, he opined that Rizal's means of conveying the disguise of Satan as a diwata portrays Rizal nationalism. So it was staged by the Athenians on December 8, 1880 on the occasion of the annual celebration of the feast day of the Immaculate Conception. Patroness of the Ateneo, it was a melodrama which he wrote as president of the Academy of Spanish Literature in the Ateneo. Junto al Pasig, a mediocre literary piece, contains passages that satirize the author's nationalist ideas, such as Rizal's observation that the Philippines groans in the power of a foreign people. Next, A. Filipinas. In the same year, 1880, he wrote a sonnet entitled The Filipinas in the album of Society in the Sculptures. So in this sonnet, he urged all Filipino artists to glorify the Philippines. Next, Abd el-Aziz and Muhammad or Abd el-Aziz y Mahoma, December 8, 1879. This epic poem was written by Jose Rizal in 1879 and declaimed by Manuel Fernandez on the night of December 8, 1879, in honor of the Ateneo's patrones. So it recalls the struggle between the Spaniards and the Moors in Spain. Next, Al M.R.P. Pablo Ramon, 1881. In 1881, he composed a poem entitled Al M.R.P. Pablo Ramon, Rector del Ateneo and Sor Diaz. Jose Rizal truly loved his alma mater Ateneo as well as his professors. He wrote a poem for one of them, Al M.R.P. Pablo Ramon, a lovely tribute to the very Reverend Pablo Ramon, Rector of the Ateneo. The poem was written on the occasion of the good father's birthday. Reverend Father Pablo Ramon had been so kind and helpful to the national hero. Rizal championed Filipino students in fights against Spanish students, often insulting and causing a riot. Rizal, known for his fencing, wrestling, and courage, participated in student brawls and was chosen as Trayville by his friends after Dumas' novel. He also founded a secret Filipino student society, Compañerismo, in 1880. Rizal was severely injured in a confrontation between Filipino students and their detractors near Escolta, and his friends brought him to his boarding house where Leonor Rivera cared for him. So now let's proceed to Rizal unhappy days at UST. Rizal, a boy wounded at Ateneo, experienced unhappiness at the University of Santo Tomas due to hostile professors, racial discrimination, outdated teaching methods. El Filibusterismo, a novel by Jose Rizal, depicts the humiliation and insult experienced by Filipino students in Dominican schools, particularly in the teaching of natural sciences where laboratory experiments were not conducted. Rizal, a brilliant Ateneo graduate, 1878-1882, Rizal struggled with unfriendly Dominican professors at the University of Santo Tomas, leading to low scholastic honors and poor grades in medicine, 1878-1882. Last, decision of study abroad. After completing his medical course, Rizal decided to study abroad due to his hostility and bigotry at the University of Santo Tomas. His uncle Antonio Rivera and Pasiano and Saturnina supported his decision. Rizal didn't seek parental permission or confide in his beloved Leonor, knowing she couldn't keep secrets. His parents, Leonor, and Spanish authorities knew nothing about his decision. So that's all. Thank you.